The Cat Who Hosted a Tea Party. Once upon a time, in the quiet heart of a bustling American town, there lived a cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was not just any cat. He was a small, fluffy fellow with emerald eyes and a tail that curled like a question mark. He lived in a cozy, sun-dappled cottage at the end of Maple Lane, a street lined with tall trees and blooming flower beds. Whiskers loved many things: long naps on windowsills, chasing sunbeams across the wooden floor, and listening to the chirping of robins outside his window. But most of all, Whiskers loved stories. Stories about faraway lands, daring adventures, and the gentle kindness of new friends. One bright Saturday morning, as Whiskers stretched in a patch of golden sunlight, he had a marvelous idea. He would host a tea party. Not just any tea party, but the most splendid, charming, and delightful tea party Maple Lane had ever seen. Whiskers imagined a table set with fine china, plates piled with sweet treats, and laughter floating through the air like dandelion seeds. Excited, Whiskers set to work. He dusted off his favorite blue teapot, polished his tiny silver spoons until they shone, and chose his best napkins, each embroidered with a little mouse. He soon realized he couldn't do it alone. So he scampered down Maple Lane to invite his friends. His first stop was Daisy, the gentle old dog who lived next door. Daisy was snoozing on her porch, her nose twitching in her sleep. Whiskers tapped her paw lightly. "Daisy, would you like to come to my tea party?" Daisy opened one eye, then the other, and grinned. "A tea party? Oh, Whiskers, I'd be delighted. Should I bring my favorite bone-shaped cookies?"
"Yes, please," Whiskers purred. "Bring as many as you'd like."
Next, Whiskers visited Benny the squirrel, who was busy collecting acorns in the park. Benny was always quick and curious, darting from branch to branch.
"Benny," Whiskers called, "would you like to come to my tea party?"
Benny's eyes sparkled. "Do you have any nutty treats?"
"I'll make sure to have some just for you," Whiskers promised.
Whiskers padded on, inviting all his friends: Bella the wise old owl, Rosie the cheerful rabbit, and even Max the shy mouse who lived under the porch. Each friend agreed to come, and each promised to bring something special to share. Back at his cottage, Whiskers began preparing for the party. He baked honey biscuits, arranged tiny sandwiches with cucumber and cheese, and set out bowls of fresh berries. He filled the teapot with warm chamomile tea, its scent floating through the rooms like a gentle hug. As the sun climbed higher, Whiskers arranged a round table in the garden, beneath the spreading branches of an old oak tree. He set out teacups and saucers, plates and spoons, and placed a vase of daisies in the center. Everything was ready. One by one, his friends arrived. Daisy wore a pink bow around her neck and carried a basket of bone-shaped cookies. Benny brought a jar of his favorite acorn butter. Bella the owl had baked a loaf of sweet nut bread, and Rosie brought a basket of carrots, washed and ready to munch. Even Max, a little nervous, arrived with a wedge of cheese wrapped in a leaf. They all took their seats at the table, and Whiskers welcomed them with a purr. "Thank you all for coming to my tea party. I'm so happy to share this day with you." As they sipped tea and nibbled treats, the friends told stories and laughed together. Daisy shared tales from her puppyhood. Benny described his daring leaps from the tallest trees, and Bella recited wise poems she had learned in the forest. Max, once shy, found his courage and told a story about a brave little mouse who outwitted a hungry fox. The warm afternoon sun filtered through the oak leaves, casting gentle shadows on the table. The breeze carried the sweet scent of flowers, and the sound of laughter drifted down Maple Lane. Whiskers watched his friends, his heart full of joy. He realized that the best part of a tea party wasn't the food or the fancy cups. It was sharing time with friends, listening to their stories, and making memories together. After the last crumbs were eaten and the teapot was empty, the friends helped Whiskers tidy up. Daisy licked the last of the honey from her whiskers. Benny tucked an extra biscuit into his pocket, and Bella fluffed her feathers contentedly. Rosie and Max helped gather the napkins and stack the plates. As the evening sky turned golden and the first stars began to twinkle, Whiskers stood on his doorstep and waved goodbye to his friends. One by one, they disappeared down Maple Lane, their hearts a little lighter and their smiles a little brighter. That night, Whiskers curled up in his favourite chair, tired but happy. He thought about the day, the laughter, the stories, the joy of being together. He knew he would host another tea party soon and invite even more friends. For Whiskers had discovered a wonderful secret, that when you open your heart and your home, you can turn an ordinary day into something truly magical. And in the quiet of his cozy cottage, with the moonlight shining through the window, Whiskers purred softly and dreamed of all the adventures yet to come. As the days passed, news of Whiskers' delightful tea party began to travel down Maple Lane and beyond. The birds carried the tale from tree to tree, and the wind whispered it through the flowers. Soon, animals from all around the neighborhood were eager to attend Whiskers' next gathering. One morning, as Whiskers sat by his window, a gentle knock sounded at the door. He opened it to find a pair of curious raccoons, their eyes bright with excitement. "Hello, Whiskers," said the first raccoon, who introduced herself as Ruby. "We heard about your wonderful tea party and wondered if we might come to the next one." Whiskers grinned. "Of course, everyone is welcome. The more friends, the merrier." Ruby and her brother Remy promised to bring their favourite berry jam. "It's a family recipe," Ruby said proudly. "Sweet and a little bit tart, just like us."
Soon after, Franklin the fox appeared, carrying a basket of wild strawberries. He was shy at first, but Whiskers made him feel at home with a warm smile and a friendly purr. Each new friend brought something special, and Whiskers' tea parties grew more magical with each gathering. Some brought treats, others brought songs or poems, and some simply brought their cheerful hearts and listening ears. At one particularly sunny tea party, Whiskers had an idea. "Let's each share a wish," he suggested. "A wish for ourselves or for someone we love." The friends agreed, and one by one they shared their wishes. Daisy wished for more sunny days to nap in the grass. Benny wished for a treehouse filled with acorns. Bella wished for peace and quiet to write her poems. Rosie wished for a garden that bloomed all year long. Max wished for courage to tell more stories. Ruby and Remy wished for adventures and laughter. Franklin wished to make new friends in the neighborhood. When it was Whiskers' turn, he thought for a moment. Then he said, "I wish for our friendship to grow stronger with each tea party. I wish that everyone who joins us feels welcomed and loved." As the friends listened, they realized that Whiskers' wish was already coming true. With each tea party, their circle of friends grew wider and their bonds grew deeper. Sometimes the tea parties were grand and bustling, with laughter and music echoing through the garden. Other times, they were quiet and cozy, with just a few friends gathered around a small table, sipping tea and sharing secrets. No matter the size, every tea party was filled with kindness, understanding, and joy. One afternoon, a gentle rain began to fall, just as the friends were about to gather. Whiskers worried that the party would be ruined, but Bella the owl had a clever idea. "Let's have the tea party indoors, by the fireplace. The rain will make it even cozier." So they gathered inside, lighting candles and snuggling on soft cushions. The rain tapped gently on the windows, and the fire crackled warmly. The friends drank peppermint tea and listened to the soothing sound of raindrops. Benny told a story about a squirrel who built a raft to sail across a pond. Rosie shared a song she had learned from the sparrows. Daisy recited a poem about puddles and the joy of splashing in them. As the rain continued to fall, Whiskers realized that even unexpected changes could lead to wonderful memories. With friends by your side, every moment could be filled with magic and laughter. The seasons changed, and Whiskers' tea parties continued. In the autumn, the friends gathered around a table decorated with colourful leaves and shared pumpkin muffins and apple cider. In the winter, they huddled together in the cozy cottage, sipping hot cocoa and nibbling gingerbread cookies. In the spring, they watched the first flowers bloom as they enjoyed strawberry tarts and fresh mint tea. And in the summer, they picnicked under the stars, sharing stories late into the night. Through it all, Whiskers was the heart of the group, always ready with a warm welcome and a listening ear. He made sure everyone felt included, and he encouraged each friend to share their talents and dreams. One day, as Whiskers prepared for another tea party, he heard a soft meow outside his door. He opened it to find a small, timid kitten shivering in the morning mist. Her fur was patchy, and her eyes were wide with uncertainty. "Hello there," Whiskers said gently. "My name is Whiskers. Would you like to come in and join our tea party?" The kitten nodded shyly. "My name is Luna. I'm new to Maple Lane and I don't know anyone yet." Whiskers smiled. "You're very welcome here, Luna. Come and meet my friends." Inside, Whiskers introduced Luna to the others. Daisy offered a warm hug, Benny gave her a seat by the window, and Rosie poured her a cup of tea. As the party began, the friends made sure Luna felt at home, sharing their stories and inviting her to join their games. By the end of the afternoon, Luna was laughing and chatting with everyone, her shyness forgotten. Whiskers was pleased to see how quickly she became part of the group. He knew that every friend, new or old, brought something special to their gatherings. As the years passed, Whiskers tea parties became a cherished tradition on Maple Lane. Animals from all around looked forward to the gatherings, knowing they would find delicious treats, lively stories, and the warmth of true friendship. Whiskers grew older, his fur silvering and his steps slowing, but his heart remained as joyful as ever. The friends continued to gather, always finding new things to celebrate and new friends to welcome. One evening, as the sun set and the tea party drew to a close, Whiskers looked around at his friends. He saw Daisy's gentle eyes, Benny's bright smile, Bella's wise feathers, Rosie's cheerful bounce, Max's proud stance, Ruby and Remy's playful grins, Franklin's quiet contentment, and Luna's sparkling excitement. He realized that his wish had come true, many times over. Their friendship had grown stronger, their hearts had grown bigger, and their circle had grown wider. As the stars twinkled above Maple Lane, Whiskers felt a deep sense of peace. He knew that the magic of his tea parties would live on, in the laughter they shared, the stories they told, and the kindness they gave to one another. And so, in a cozy cottage at the end of Maple Lane, the cat who hosted a tea party taught everyone a simple, beautiful truth: that when you share your table and your heart, you can create a world filled with love, friendship, and endless stories. And in that world, every day could be a celebration, and every friend could find a place to belong. The end.